Me with my family. Today I decided I'm going to be using Crayola markers, a box of crayons, a Sharpie, and a piece of paper. You may use what you like though. I'm going to start out by folding my paper 2 times. Now I'm doing this because I decided I want my paper to be divided up into 4 parts. That way I can do more, I can add more to my story or my statement when I have more to draw about. So I'm going to draw different parts of what's been going on in my family since we've been home. I'm going to start out with a Sharpie, and I'll pick a square, and I'm going to think about something that I've been doing and my family's been doing since we've been home. Let's see. I'm going to start out by drawing myself. Now remember, there's no wrong or right way to do this. Now, what I've been doing a lot of is I've been going through and organizing you guys' artwork for your portfolios. And I've been sitting on the floor sometimes doing it. While you're doing your work, I want you to think about all the different elements of art that you're using. So far I've used line to create shapes. See, this is going to be one of y'all's artworks that you've drawn. We'll have another one down here. Let's see. My puppy dogs have been helping me, believe it or not. They'll come and sit in the room with me while I'm doing all your portfolios. Let me draw some of y'all's big art class folders in the background. It's got all of y'all's work from the whole year in it. These are just different pieces of art that are like laid on top of each other. Let me scoot this over just a little bit. And it's got all different kinds of stuff because we've done a lot of work this year. Let's see. Maybe, what else can I draw? Ooh, I know. Okay, so there's one of y'all's art folders. And then I'm going to show my puppy dogs watching me because they have been. And then maybe 2 of them will be over here barking up in the window. They like to get up in our window in our living room. One of them, this one's name, let's see, let's make her a little curlier. This is Ruby. And then we'll draw Maggie. She likes to bark a lot at whoever's walking by. See, I kind of ran out of room, but that's okay. She's got a fluffy tail. So there she is in the window. And then I'll draw my other puppy dog. She's usually curled up because she's older. She's usually curled up with her eyes closed, sleeping. She sleeps a lot. Alright, so there's one part of what I've been doing with since I've been home. Usually, let's see, here's some other things I'll draw. Let's see, I'll draw my kids because they've been working on their schoolwork. They'll have their computers out and their Chromebook out. They'll be sitting at our table. Let's draw them. Let's see, we only have 2 of our kids that still live at home with us. One of them's in college, and one of them is a junior in high school. Then we have 2 older kids that don't live with us anymore. They have their own homes. They're older. Let's see. Okay, so here's going to be Sarah. She has really long hair. Super long. I'll draw her waving at y'all. And then we have Hunter. See, I'm not really worrying about how fancy I make everything. Let's see, let's have him wave at you too. Wave at y'all. Alright. So they're always in there doing their work. Let's see, let's draw a plant, maybe some details that I have for decoration sitting around our house. Do you see all the lines and shapes that I've been using so far? See, we have another window back here. Remember, if you mess up, to keep going, try your best and forget the rest. Alright, let's see. So I've got 2 of our kids. I've got what I've been doing and my dogs have been doing. Let's see what else. Let's move up. So I've done 2 squares so far. Let's see. Sometimes I'll be sitting on my couch, working on my lesson plans for y'all. So let's draw that. Let's see. Let's draw me first before I finish the couch. see, I've been drawing myself. I've been pretty happy. I hope you guys have too. Remember, if you want to include that in your artwork, that you can. Let's see, let me draw my Chromebook that I've been working on. I sure hope everybody's been doing good. Getting all your schoolwork done, staying healthy. Let's see. I'll draw my hands holding on to my Chromebook. Maybe I'm reading an email or a message that one of you guys have sent me. Not doing a very good job on my couch, but that's okay. I think I might be tired. Just try your best. Let's see, I think my couch, let's draw I usually have like a little throw blanket over the back. Add some little details. Wherever you can, add details, because it adds to your story. And it makes your story and your drawings look more interesting. Especially when you start to add the element of color. Man, look at those vertical elements of lines. Let's do some elements of art, the lines that are horizontal. Now I've made a pattern, haven't I? Alright, let's see. Maybe I'll draw my rug that I have in front of my couch. That'd add lots of details, wouldn't it? Let's see. It's kind of got some swirls all in it. Look at those lines. I hope you can find lots of lines to make your shapes in your drawings. I'm always so excited to see what you're going to send me. I wait and I check my classroom, Google Classroom and my Class Dojo, and check to see if your parents have sent me anything that you've made. So I'm adding these lines and shapes around my rug for all my details. I'm just kind of sketching things in. Let's see, I have another plant here. It's got these zigzag lines. Now, feel free to look up online different ideas on how to draw your families, because this is by far not the only thing you can do. If you're able to use if you have a Chromebook, or if your parents have a phone they can let you use to look stuff up. Okay, so I've got me 2 times, I've got my kids 1 time, I've got my dogs 1 time. Let's draw Mr. Richardson to show what he's been doing. He's been working really hard too on his Chromebook, making his lesson plans and videos. Let's show him. Let's see. Let me think the best way to draw him. I'll just start with his eyes. Now, you might think, Miss Richardson, you're not drawing very good. Well, I don't want to draw too fancy. Then you guys you might think, oh, I'm not going to do as good as Miss Richardson. There's no way I can do this. So, don't judge my drawings. I want them to look easy enough for you guys to be able to do your stuff. Right? Let's draw his Chromebook. Let's see. I'll make him wave at y'all too. Everybody's been we've been lucky. We've been healthy and happy at our house. We haven't had any problems. I miss y'all, and I miss my little grandbaby I haven't been able to see. See, we'll draw him at a desk that he's usually working at. Here's where I'm putting in a 3-dimensional form. I drew like a trapezoid shape around my person. Then I'm using my lines, making my lines parallel here like we've done earlier in the school year. Remember, you can pause the video if you want to draw a desk and you're not sure how. Let's see what else I could add in him. See, I don't want to just leave him by himself. It looked pretty boring. Let's add more of our house. He might like it if I give him a little more hair too. Alright, let's see. He's always got a bunch of folders that he's looking at. We'll draw those kind of scattered around. Give him a pencil to write with. It's kind of hard to draw little stuff with a Sharpie. Let's see. I can draw our bed in our bedroom. In the background. That way the picture won't look so boring. Oh, I messed up a little bit, but that's okay. Wavy lines. See, maybe I could draw some flowers on my blanket. Let's see if I can make them look right. It's got little flowers, big flowers. Remember, you can also start with a pencil if you need to. Drawing some open flowers and some closed flowers. Remember, when you're putting a pattern on something, you want to make sure that you spread it out and to where it looks like it's an actual pattern and not just objects laying on something. Some of the flowers will be going off the sides. Draw some smaller ones down here. They're further away, so you're not going to see as many details. You guys probably have teddy bears and all kinds of stuff you can put on your blankets if you draw yourself in your bedroom. Alright. Let's see if I want to add any more details. Let me look at my drawing. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see, maybe down here it looks so empty, doesn't it? Oh, I have an idea. I can draw my pet's water bowls and food bowl. It's a good idea. Now it doesn't look as empty. Let's see, I have lots of plants. Let's see, we'll add one of my other plants that I have in here at the kitchen table. That's kind of in the background a little bit. I'm pretty happy with what I have. Oh, I know. I can draw my slippers I leave out by the bed. Let's see. I bet you guys have lots of ideas. We have a picture behind our bed. Let's see what else. If you do yours like mine and your pictures go into each, like if it overlaps into another section, that's okay. Don't worry about that. Oh, let's draw Mr. Richardson's legs where where you can see him. He'll be standing this time instead of sitting down. Maybe he's getting ready to sit down. Let's see, let's draw a smiley face on his, an emoji face. He likes to smile all the time too. Okay, I think I'm ready to finish my picture by adding the colors. Remember what I showed you? I have my color markers and my crayons, and I'm going to do my picture a little different today. Instead of adding water to my markers, I'm going to do something a little more simplified, but it really makes your artwork look bright. So I'm going to trace. If you have something little, the way I like to do this is I go ahead and color in the real tiny things. And on the bigger things, I'm going to actually outline with the marker. So let's say, let's see if I need anything else red in this part of my picture. Not really. I'm going to go ahead while I have my red out and look at the rest of my artwork and see if there's anything else that I want to add red to. So on my shirt, I'm just going to outline it. And you older kids, you remember we've done this before where we outline our shapes and then we use a crayon to color things in later. Let's see, I'll get my green out. See, I don't want all my plants to look exactly the same. On this plant, I'm going to outline parts of it and then color other parts in all the way. That way it'll look like there's different shades of green and everything's not exactly the same. Let's see, I think I'm going to get my Sharpie back out and add some more details here. I'm going to let these little circles be some kind of something colorful, special. So I've got all my green. Let me look and see where else I need green. I might need a little bit here. Oh, and I forgot my rules. You know, one of my most important rules is that I normally tell you guys to start with yellow. And if you remember why, that keeps the marker, all the markers from getting on top of each other. Because when I put this yellow in my green marker, see how it gets on there a little bit? I don't know if you can tell the lighting. If that happens, just take a blank piece of paper and you can just barely just mark it until it comes off. Or you could use it to add color to something else in another part of your picture. Now, you guys may get tired while you're working, so if you do, just take a break and come back to your art later. Don't try to rush through just to get finished, just to get it over with and turned in, because then you don't really enjoy what you're making. It gets kind of like, just like you're doing a chore or a job, and I want you to enjoy your art. I'm going to add some, I forgot that I had some patterns on my tablecloth, and my tablecloth is kind of tucked underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and add those details because that'll make this part not look as boring. Let's see. Add these big flowers that I have on my tablecloth. So I did my curves all the way around, and then I'm going to add more curves. I'm going to do one smaller. Remember, you want to have repetition in your art, but you also want to have variety. And what that means is you don't want every single thing to look exactly the same. I'm gonna do this right here to help you know it's a tablecloth. And I'm going to go down and add another row. This can be kind of like just trim around the tablecloth. And guys, don't feel like you have to draw details that are exactly like the details in your house. I mean, try to, but you can add extra things that maybe you wish you had in your house. Doesn't this look more interesting than just a plain table? Maybe part of the pattern is coming out from underneath one of the stuff that's on top of the table, because that's what it would be doing in real life. Sometimes it's hard to remember exactly how things look when you're not right there by them. Alright, so let me get my colors back out. Let's see what else I want to put yellow on. See, I think my blanket on my couch has some yellow on it. Remember how we talked about using all the warm colors first? That's the best idea. Even though I forgot that at first. Let's see, I need to do Sarah's hair. It's blonde. And if I forget something, I can come back and get my yellow later. Let's see, let me get my orange since it's the next warm color. I'm going to add a little bit of orange to my blanket. And this is so little down here at the bottom, I'm just going to go ahead and color this part in right here. Go ahead and color some of these flowers. See, I'm going to add a little bit of orange to the desk, even though it's really brown. Remember how sometimes we use other colors to make brown? So you can exaggerate the colors, or if you just don't like the color of something you have at home, change it to the color you want it to be. Don't forget about adding some value if you remember how to do that. Oh, sometimes I don't know my pictures out of the camera.
later.